Hi everybody. I know it's been a while since I've posted a video. There's just been a lot going on. But I did get a brand new eyeshadow palette in that I have been dying to use. It came from Jolie Beauty out of the UK, and it is the Vampyrsm palette. And I'm just going to open this up and show y'all. This is how gorgeous it is. So you can see all the different colors. So I'm super excited to be able to use it. I originally wanted to go with red, but I've got to take my dog to his training class, and then we have to go to the hospital to see my husband's uncle. So I don't think red would go over too well doing all of that. So I think I'm just going to kind of stick. I was torn between like the yellow and the gold or the purples. So I think I'm just going to go with the purple shades. And those tend to bring out brown eyes as well. I did my eyebrows already because those do tend to take a few minutes to get them done. I used the Benefit brow pencil number 4, and I'll list everything that I used down in the description box. Before I get started on my eyes, what I'm going to do is, and this is from Seint, and this right here is a bronzer. And what I like to do is just kind of lightly go over my face to begin with the bronzer, just to kind of maybe get like that little bit of a sun-kissed glow underneath instead of putting it on top. Some people put it on top. I like to kind of use it as a primer as well. I did use the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I let that sit in. I used some hyaluronic acid when I got out of the shower. Let that soak in for a few minutes. Then went to my e.l.f. Hello Hydration moisturizer, put that on. That soaked in for about 10 minutes. And so now I'm going to get started. And don't let this bronzer color fool you, because it can look a little scary when you put it on your face, but it blends in very well. And this is just a blush and bronzer brush from Seint that I have. I used to be a Seint artist, and then I kind of just got out of it. But I still use, I have a ton of their products. So I still do use those. And I'm doing this before I do my eyeshadow, just so I can kind of get that base on. And all I'm doing is just going in like a circular motion to blend it in. But y'all can see like how it blended in. And I'm just going to drag this down on my neck. I'm going to start tanning next week. I'm so excited about that because my husband wants to take our pool down, level the ground, because our backyard is like a lot of dirt. We do have some grass that's growing, but when it rains, it just like throws everything off. And so then the pool, even though I don't mind because I'm the only one that really uses it, it just gets a little lopsided. So one side might be higher than the other. And he said he wants to take it down and level it out. And of course, I kind of, you know, put up a little argument. And I was like, it's fine. Like, don't worry about it. Just empty it out. Because we don't empty it during the winter time and put a cover over it, because then my dogs would be climbing all over the cover. So we just leave it filled up. So I had told him, I was like, just empty it, clean it, and then refill it back up. Because where I'm at, it's hitting high 80s, almost 90 degrees. So it's going to be time to start laying out. But I do work from home Monday through Friday. Last summer, I wasn't working or anything like that because of some health issues. So I was out at the pool every day. Every day I was out there, and even at nighttime I would sit on our deck. So it's going to be an adjustment this year. That's why I'm going to tan probably for about a month or 2 months, just to get some color, because I'm one of those that I refuse to wear shorts. Even though I'm not white, I just refuse to wear shorts without any kind of real color on me. When I did my photo shoot back in the beginning of January, I actually went and did an airbrush tan because I didn't have time to tan and all that. So I was like, y'all aren't about to catch me like this. No, I'm going to airbrush because some of the pictures were in a swimsuit. So y'all see how that like blended in super well. And so got the bronzer on. Put that to the side. Now I think the color that, let me just make sure this, I haven't cleaned my brushes. I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup lately. So there we go. So, and I'm just going to go in with, this is an eyeshadow brush from Seint, but you can use any, I also have the It brushes for Ulta. And you just want like a good blending crease brush. This one from It is number 105. And what I'm going to do is, and I swatched these on my arm just to see what I wanted to start out with. And I think what I'm going to do is start out with this matte purple. Well, actually, I need to prime my eyes first. But I'm going to start out with this matte purple called Cursed. And to prime my eyes, all I do is just, I like this Il Makiage concealer. And I just put, and you don't need to put, I know some influencers like cake a whole bunch of concealer on their eyes, underneath their eyebrows, and all of that. And I just put a little bit, I don't even dab into the tube twice. And then all I do is just take my finger and just kind of tap it in. And there are some eye primers and things like that. I had an e.l.f. eye primer and I ran out of it. So I've just kind of switched back to using this concealer right here. And like I said, I'm just tapping it in. I'm not taking a brush or anything like that. And like I said, I'm not going underneath my eyebrows and all of that. But of course, you're free to do so if that's what you prefer. I don't like all that concealer and everything. It feels like it can kind of cake up your eyeshadow. So now, and like I said, I've not used this palette before. I just got it in the mail on Friday, late Friday afternoon. I was going to play yesterday, but then we had some things come up. And so I did not have an opportunity to. And I'm just going to tap this off. And I'm not sure how dark this is going to come out. And all I'm doing is just kind of putting some little dots, and then I'm going to go back in and blend. And I'm kind of doing a circular motion. And then also a windshield wipe motion. That's a really pretty, it's a really pretty color. But like I said, I'm not going too out. I plan on doing other videos with this palette because I'm very anxious to see how the red comes out, because any of the other red palettes that I have, they tend to look pink when I apply them. They look red in the tin, but then once they get on my eyes, they look pink. And since I do have the hooded eyes, you know, go just up a little bit further. And just blending that. So y'all can see how, and I'm so OCD, I can't stand when I have like one spot. And actually, I've been doing some exercises. I did a 30-minute exercise this morning. I know in my last video, I believe I talked about healthcare journey and things like that. I did a body cleanse. And then I have bought some of those keto slim quick pills. I'm not overweight at all. And I just wanted to lose a few pounds. I ended up losing 8 pounds in a week. But I do the I was doing the fasting, and I pretty much ate salads every day for about 3 weeks. And I've kind of slacked off on that. I had a good friend and her sister come into town. And so I was doing 100 sit-ups a day. But I started, since I do have an exercise pole, I have actually started doing exercises with that, and so I downloaded, I did a 7-day free trial, and then after that it's only like $17 a month, but it's really good. You know, you go through your yoga to warm up, and then you also do a cool down, but they teach you, there's different videos. The first one you start out with just basically, you know, teaches you the basics, and then you just move on from there. So today, I just did the basics, did my yoga, cool off, cool down. I imagine I'm probably going to be super sore. So I've got these colors on as the crease, which they're super pretty. And normally I pick out what I'm gonna wear before I start doing my makeup, but today I was just like, nope, we're just gonna go right into this. And as you know, the higher up you hold your brush, the lighter the application. And then I think what I may do is put like a little bit of pink in here as well. I do a pink and purple look. So for the outer, and I'm just wiping this this brush off, because, you know, sometimes it stains. I'll have to clean it with my brush cleaner. So then I think what I'm going to do is go in with this matte right here, and it is called Pulse. And I love how, like, all of the names are basically, you know, like vampire names. My favorite is Lestat, and that's just because my dog that passed away, he was named after Anne Rice's vampire Lestat. And so I was so excited when I saw there was a color Lestat in here. I was like, oh, yay. And so I'm going to take this, and this is kind of like a pencil end. And I'm going to kind of do this on the outer corner. And kind of drag it upwards. And I never get, like, usually when we take Smokey to his, you know, training class, my hair's in a ponytail, I ain't got no makeup on. So today they're probably gonna be like, look at, what are you doing all dressed up? But like I said, we are going to the hospital afterwards. And honestly, if I didn't want to play with this palette so bad, I probably just would have went, you know, makeup free. And just said, you know, the heck with it. So y'all see how pretty and pigmented that is. And now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. And that color, once again, is Pulse. And I'm just kind of going up into that purple color as well. And I'm just trying to angle it upwards. Like I said, just to kind of go into that purple color. Go a little bit darker so they match. So there we go. So I've got, and y'all trust the process. I know it might look a little crazy right now, but I'm just going to take that, kind of deepen that crease some, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. And like I said, just kind of, and then I'm just going to flip the brush over and just kind of blend this outwards and then blend inside that crease. My mother-in-law is liable to look at me like I'm crazy when we go to the hospital. My husband too. Okay, so I've got that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab, oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Woo, excuse me. The allergies are super bad here. We've already got pollen everywhere. So then the next color that I'm going to go into, it's going to be a shimmer. And I'm going to do the color Bitten. And that is this right here. So it's like a purpley shimmer. And I'm not sure if I need to use setting spray or not. I'm just going to go straight in with the flat brush. And we'll just see how it goes on. I'm just tapping in there. Oh yeah, that goes on really good without even having to wet the brush or anything. And I'm just going to dip in again. And I'm just kind of tapping it on there. I'm not rubbing it too much, just kind of tapping. And then I'm going to do the other eye. If y'all hear my TV, I'm watching Golden Girls. And I'm just going to try this really quick. Where's my... I'm going to see if I can get it to pop just a little bit more. And I just put a little bit of the e.l.f. setting spray on there. And do the other eye the same way. And I'm just kind of putting that shimmer like up on, kind of like up on the crease as well. And then if you lose some of the pink color, you can always add that back in. And it still looks like a little funny. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the color Lestat, which is this right here. And it's kind of like a shimmery. And what I'm going to do is kind of go in my arch of my seat. Oh, that's very pretty. And kind of go right there with that. Just to kind of lift the eye some. And you know, even if I wanted to, I could probably put just a tad of this over as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and take my finger and put a little bit of that Lestat over the sparkle that I did, just as an experiment, just to see. And it really kind of lightened it up. I'm going to do the same thing with this eye. It's kind of hard to work with the nails. Trying to put your eyeshadow on without scraping everything or poking your eyeball out. And then I'm just going to take this. Actually, I'm going to take my clean one. And I'm just going in circle motions. And I'll clean up these sides and everything like that. So far, that's what I've got. Now, what I'm going to do is start on my face. Face doesn't take long at all because I'm going to use some Seint. For that, that's this compact right here. And first thing I'm going to do is take my contour, put that on, which is going to be this right here. And this is a detail brush. I like to take the smaller end and just kind of do some lines here. And then there. And I'm going to blend all this. This is just for placement. And then all underneath your chin. And I'm going to show y'all. I had another artist and she showed me a hack to get rid of like your double chin. And it does not look pretty when you're putting it on. I'm gonna warn y'all. But she like did like this. And put her contour here. I know, it looks hilarious. And then she blends it. So we're going to see how that goes. I've never tried that before. I saw her do it the other night. And I was like, well, I'll try it. And when you're using like cream makeup, you want to let it sit before you blend. And then the next thing that I'm going to do is take my main highlight and I'm going to put that and the thing about this is you're not layering your makeup. All over your face. It's like one layer. And you blend, and then it all blends in together seamlessly, which I'll show y'all. Gonna put some on my nose. And then what I'm going to do for the brightening highlight, or which would be your concealer, and I'm just taking that same detail brush and I'm gonna like clean up here. And this kind of helps lift your eyes up as well. And then, because you want to bring like the brightening into the middle of your face. And then put a little bit there. Bit there, and a little bit there. And now what I'm going to show y'all how to do is blend. I'm going to wet my little perfector sponge because I like to go back in with my perfector and just kind of tap off any extra makeup. So I'm just gonna, and that was just water that I used, and I'm just squeezing it out, and I'm gonna set it to the side and let some of the water get off of my towel dropped. Let's see if I can pick it up with, nope. Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start in with the contour. And I'm just kind of going upwards because you want to lift upwards. And I just like to kind of tap it in. And then, let's see how this works. And like I said, I've never tried this trick before. Oh, wow. It kind of works. And then what I'm going to do next is with the main highlight. And I'm just going in circles with this. You can use different brushes. This is like, does the lightest. The lightest application. And then I'll hit right here. And then lift this upwards. So it kind of cleans up those edges from the eyeshadow. But it also gives you that lifted look. I'm going to flip this over. But y'all see how it just like blends all in. And I have all different kinds of makeup. Y'all know I'll use e.l.f., I use NARS, I use Estee Lauder. I will use a little bit of everything. And I'm just going to add a little bit more. And then if you want to like define your contour more, you can just take some of your main highlight and I also noticed that there was like literally no fallout from the from the eyeshadow. So I have that. I like to go in, like I said, pick up any kind of excess. And then, excuse me, you don't have to, but I also like to put some face powder on, just because I tend to have a little bit more of an oily face. But of course, this dewy look is fantastic. I just like to put, like I said, some pressed powder down just to absorb the oil. And so for that, I'm going to use the Coty Airspun. And it really just depends, you know, if you want a matte finish or a dewy finish. And I just kind of take a little sponge. I'll go here. And I don't bake at all, because baking can dry your skin out. So I just take it, and then where I know I tend to get oily, and check my mirror because it's kind of hard to see on my phone. But, you know, it's up to you if you want the matte or the dewy. And I'm just putting this in. And then I'm almost done. All the powder there. And normally I would like drag some of that color down underneath my eye, but I'm gonna skip that today. And here are my little lovely dogs. This is the e.l.f. Lash It Loud. And I love this mascara. It's amazing. I hear my Georgia girl barking. And I'm just going to put another coat on that eye. So one eye done. And like I said, I will put all of this that I used in the description box. I'm also going to put some blush on. And some lip gloss. You ever notice how everything, like, once starts coming together? Once you put some mascara on, put some blush on, and get your lipstick on. There's been plenty of times where I've absolutely hated how my eyes looked until I, like, finished everything up. And I was like, oh, yeah. So I've got some mascara. For the blush, I am going to use this Seint. It's a cream blush. And I think I'm going to use the color Summer Love. And I just take my finger and there go my dogs fighting. They always want to act like little heathens when they're like little kids. Mom's trying to, on the phone or whatever, they're like little toddlers. So I've got that, and then I'm just going to take and just kind of press it in. And then for my lip gloss, I'm going to use, this is the Everra Raspberry Sorbet. I feel like it kind of goes with the eyes that I did. So I'm not sure if that's too pink. I may put like a little brown over it once we're done. I'm not really too sure. But this is the look that I've done today. Like I said, I will put everything down in the description box. And I hope y'all have a wonderful Sunday. Have a great week. And I'm going to be posting more videos using this Jolie Vampyrsm palette. I have a hard time pronouncing it. Vampyrsm palette. Next look, I want to use the red so I can see how it turns out. So y'all have a great day, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.